All right, the next one we're going to talk about is something that we have been speculating back and forth for weeks and weeks and weeks. We even did a separate segment about it, trying to figure out what mold was going to be used based on comic book covers, all kinds of craziness like that. Finally, we have revealed today the final Shattered Glass member of the Wave 2 Shattered Glass line. Let's talk about the Transformers Generation Shattered Glass Collection 3-pack of Shattered Glass Soundwave with Laserbeak and Ravage. And the mold they're using is actually a bit of a twist. A lot of people kind of got really excited when they saw that Netflix Soundwave mold, but there's a little more going on here. So, yes, good news. After many weeks of speculating and wondering what mold they were going to use and looking at comic book art that sometimes conflicted with, so many different things. Some people are saying that it's got to be the Siege mold because it's Cybertron, and others going, no, they got to use that Netflix mold. And other people going like, no, the Netflix mold is a Walmart exclusive. They can't use the mold, which is totally incorrect. That's not how that works. And ultimately in the end, yep, they used the Netflix mold in the end. But even better, they gave us a brand new head sculpt, as it should, because, you got to have that headband Soundwave. Now, for people that are kind of wondering, like, well, why the headband Soundwave? What's the story with that? Well, back in the day when we had Shattered Glass Soundwave as a BotCon exclusive, there was an extra bonus that you got with them. A little extra bit of dental resin was made into a little Soundwave bandana that you could put on the head of your Soundwave, and you bought it for $5 at the Hasbro Fun Publication Club store at the time. And I still have it, still to this day, in its Ziploc bag. I'm looking at it in the collection. $5 well spent, I guess. So they decided to do a brand new head sculpt, but instead of having the headband be some kind of PVC that you put on top of it, Mark was like, oh, we could have went with PVC and, that you would put it on top of the headband, on top of the head. But then, what do you do when you transform it? You have to remove it. You might lose it. It might get damaged. It might get, scraped or, they didn't want to risk it. So they made a brand new head sculpt, and they figured out a way to sculpt the head that it looks really nice, and the headband sits flush on the body, and the little end pieces of the headband on the back are flush on the back. It looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. They pulled off a very nice paint scheme. It was molded very nicely. Some people are saying, oh, is it an amalgam of pieces from the Netflix version and the actual Siege one? No, it isn't. It's just that the blue plastic really makes those details pop on a lot of the surfaces, and so it makes people think of that more surfacey, detailed kind of Siege look. But no, this is 100% a repaint of the Netflix version, which is a brand new head sculpt. But there's something that people have missed here. Even though this technically is, taking that Netflix Soundwave and repainting him and giving him a brand new head sculpt, his minions that came in his Netflix 3-pack were reverted back to their Siege versions. So there actually is a big difference between the Ravage from Siege and the Ravage from the Netflix one. We'll call it the Earthrise one, if you will. There's a slight different head sculpt, the way his snout is, and he's more grinning. Obviously, the Laserbeak's a lot more noticeable because he has that traditional more to meets the eye parts one Cybertronian kind of mono eye, as opposed to his more condor head that he has later. I'll obviously post some images up here and you can see the comparisons, but I mean, it's still pretty cool that they decided to at least still mix it up a little bit and not just have it be a complete, like, let's just take that 3-pack from Walmart and completely put it out there as a repaint straight up. No, we'll put some Cybertronian elements to it and go back to those old Siege molds. So pretty nice stuff. I like what I see. It's very good. And, people were hoping for like crazy, Titan classes or something. I think those will come. I think that there still is an opportunity, considering how much they talk about Titan classes in the fiction of the Shattered Glass collection, how well the Shattered Glass collection has been selling. And I kind of see them. They're going to probably do a Hasbro Pulse, Generation Selects exclusive or something online. They'll probably do something like that, much like they did with Black Zarek. So I could see that. I could see that happening. But as it stands right now, this is the last of our Shattered Glass for the time being. Maybe they'll announce a Wave 3 if the interest is there. Obviously, the sales of this one will help determine that. And speaking of sales of this one, unlike all the previous stuff we've been talking about, this one actually went up for pre-order, as it should be, because this, all of the past Shattered Glass stuff gets announced and then the pre-orders go up on Hasbro Pulse. This one is going to be $62.99, so you're getting a Voyager and pretty much that core class price point, or that Battlemaster price point 2-pack, for the price of $62.99. Some people say, oh, that's a little pricey, but it also comes with the Casey Caller exclusive comic book, which has that special kind of, cover to it that is a little more expensive and a different kind of cardboard, so I guess you could argue that. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is going to be an item. Trust me, guys, if you don't pick it up, when this sells out, the secondary market is going to be stupid for this. I just know it. There's certain figures that you just look at them and go, oh man, this is going to be a headache later if you don't get it. So definitely pick this one up. Looks really good in my opinion, even if you're not interested in it and you're kind of on the fence and you're like, oh, maybe I want it, maybe I don't. Just be warned. I get a feeling this is going to be a headache later, so that $62.99 might be worth it compared to what people might be asking in the future later on. This will be shipping out December 1st, 2022, so you'll get it definitely before the end of the year. And yeah, good stuff. Looks really good. If you're interested in that cover that they were talking about during the Hasbro PulseCon live stream, the Mark Mayer cover that they were showing, that one specifically is a retailer incentive cover, so you have to go to your local comic book store to pick that up. And even then, it might be difficult to get it because the retailer incentive cover, I don't know what the numbers is on this one, but usually the RI, the retailer incentive covers, usually they're like, the store has to order 20 units of the basic cover before they get one cover of this. So it might be a headache to get. You might be better off with eBay or something, or I don't know, work something out with a friend. I don't know. But just to let you know, like, that's going to be the tougher one to get. But the Casey Caller one comes with this Hasbro Pulse order. And then, of course, they'll show up in Walmart later, and hopefully it won't be too difficult and the world won't scalp the hell out of this one. But let me know what you think, guys. This one is something that we've been discussing for a while. So it's not like, oh my God, crazy hype. It's more just the relief that now we know what this is and what could potentially we could get more in the future, when it comes to those Walmart exclusive molds, which they're not exclusive. Sooner or later, that Volkswagen Bumblebee, which now has already been used as a gold bug, could be used for something else later in a different tinge of yellow, and we'll get it again. So never worry about those exclusive molds. They all sooner or later get used elsewhere, and they happen again. And this Soundwave, again, is another reminder of that. Some people say, well, they're both Walmart exclusives, so that's kind of how they get away with it. No, it isn't. It's, look, the Bumblebee one's a Target exclusive, one's a Walmart exclusive. Trust me, there's going to be opportunities. You'll be able to pick it up, and everyone will be happy. We have pretty much one more segment left we're going to be doing tonight, and then we're going to call it quits, and then you could go back to your lives outside of the crazy Transformer world. And then we'll have the Saturday Night live stream tomorrow, and we could all just rock out with the robots in disguise.